Friends, it is F-curse hot out here today. 1 week going down, day 7. A couple plans for this ride. I want to get to 10 miles for the week, so that's really what I'm going for. I have to run 2.15 miles to get to 10 miles for the week. That's the goal. It's hot. It's going to be slow. And then I'll cut from this to like make a week recap of the whole week. Week 1, about to be dominated, hoping for 10 miles for the week. And stick around because I'm definitely going to do one of the challenges in the banner. This next coming week, I'll tell you what challenge I'm going to do. Not gonna lie, that one was pure survival. No cap. It was high. I think it's like 90 with the heat index, but it went to 90 quick. We've had a cool spring. Today is hot. I'm a little overweight and don't carry weight that well. Heat's not my friend. But I'm gonna jump in the pool, cool us down. I don't have time to like film during the run. I gotta get it done. I got the mileage in I want, my longest run of the challenge yet. But we'll break down all the stats for the week. And also, like I said, let you know the game plan moving forward into like even the next 3 months. All right. So next time you see me, office. So like I say, it feels weird like being in the real studio. It's been fun like getting outside and doing different things. Okay. So 1 week down and there's been questions I want to get to, make this a little more formal, couple minutes of your time just to piece a couple things together. Okay. Number 1, the heat today. I think a really big reason why I handle the heat as well as I can is because I'm fasted. I could never think of running with like a full stomach or even just like operating in the morning. Now, granted, I've been doing intermittent fasting for years. So it's not something new. It's not like I tried it and then started running. I've been running, exercising, working out fasted. It's right now 12:19. I haven't eaten yet. I'll probably eat around 1 o'clock. 1 black coffee in the morning will get me going. That's about it. Coffee and water pretty much till 1. And like I said, I never feel like bloated and weighed down, which I think really helps me. If you're looking for a diet alternative or like your stomach always feels upset in the morning or you have to force yourself to quote eat breakfast, it might be something worth looking into. That's why I looked into it. I always just felt like I was forcing breakfast. And then through exercise, it's great. I go to 5K races. I do everything I'm fasted for. So I think that really helped with the heat today for sure. Next, the 1 mile a day is kind of like in the background. I have many more goals for the year, like I mentioned in the first video, many more bucket list items. I put them all on the banner on the main page, some of the bigger ones I want to accomplish. So because of that, I really do have a systematic plan to grow my mileage. I mentioned earlier I wanted to hit 10 miles today. I got there exactly, like 10.01. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase 10 to 12% per week. Now, in my previous Ironman and long distance endurance training when I was a kid, I found that when I grew more than 10 to 12%, I either got burnt out or I got injured. I've been able to grow mileage at 10 to 12% for weeks and months and really stay injury free. It really aids in recovery. So this week I will have a pretty much an outline to try and get to 11 miles. So 10% of 10 is 1 mile. So I'll add 1 mile and I'll get there and that will be a 4-week growth. And then I'll step back a week as kind of like a recovery setback. So you'll see that kind of plan. And the reason I have to grow my miles, because like I said, if I was just doing the 1 mile per day, I would just go out, I'd run for 9 minutes and I'd be done. But with the bigger plans, like a 50 miler, like PRing a marathon, 5K a day, which is 3 miles a day for a month, I'm going to have to grow my mileage. There's a bug. I'm also on a relay team for a 193 mile relay race from Mount Hood in Oregon to the coast at the end of August. So I have to start building mileage for that kind of training, but also to getting some elevation, which is why you might see some things show up on the treadmill, because here on Long Island, it's flat. I can't find anything that's any elevation change. So I'll probably have to get on the treadmill and start doing some elevation changes on the treadmill for that 193 mile race. I think I'm going to end up running about 18 miles over the course of 24 hours, maybe a little more than 24 hours. So that's not terrible for me, but I think I can grow between now and then. That's my first goal for preparation. After I knock that race out, then I'm going to be looking towards the the Goggins challenge, or I'm going to be looking for the mile a day, mile per hour, every hour for 24 hours straight. I'll be looking for the 5K. I don't think I'm going to get to the 50 miler in this fall. We'll see. But with the heat, I can't do any of these long endurance things or these 24-hour challenges or the Goggins 2-day challenge if it's hot. I have to wait for September to really do that. I might try and PR the marathon in September. We'll see. But I have like thought while I'm running, I'm thinking of all these other challenges I can do. Like running a mile backwards or doing a burpee mile or I don't know, running a mile on the sand, things like that. I want to make running fun again like it was when I was a kid. So please leave in the comments any like running things you want to see me try and accomplish. With that 11 miles this week, I hope to get a 5K. So we'll get 3.1 miles in at some point during the week. Maybe Thursday because I want to take it easy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to do the beer mile. I haven't done a beer mile in a while. Let me see when the last time I did a beer mile was. All right, so we're here in Strava. You guys can follow me on Strava if you want to like see all the heart rate stats, if you want to like geek out like that. Activities, I think I labeled, can you search activities now? Yes, you can. Beer mile, definitely labeled it that. There it is. Beer mile, you won't. Okay, here it is. So I did this beer mile April 4th, 2020. I did it with Budweiser. I heard it has to be like, can't be a light beer. Like it has to be over 5%. If you don't want me to do it Budweiser, you can leave that in the comments. I'm going to do it on Sunday. I'm having a block party for the 4th of July. And I'm going to kick that block party off with the beer mile. Just so it's a part of the challenge. 12:22 was the average pace for the whole thing. Does it say what I got for the actual mile? I forget. 12:25. So 12:25 was the actual mile split, and that start with a beer, run a quarter, start with a beer, run a quarter, ice cold beer. I remember it being like a little bit too cold, so I might warm it down, but you have to open it. You can't let it go flat, so you have to open it. I'll talk about all that, but that's in Sunday, so subscribe, hit the notifications to remind yourself that that's what's coming on Sunday. I guess while I'm inside Strava, guys, we could see just my profile. Right there, I ran 10.3, an hour and 42 minutes, 86 of elevation. And to give you some context for running, I average three runs per week. I've only done 32 runs for the year. Like I said, I'm not a runner. So if you want to challenge yourself, I've only run 32 times, minus 7 this week. So 32 minus 7, all right, we're at 25 times, and it's June 26th, more than halfway through the year. I've run 69 miles. Didn't plan that. Let's go. But all time, like I'm pretty slow. Here's all my times. 5K, 23:48, no shot. That's got to be 10 years ago. Yeah, 2013. Holy cow, man. I used to be fast, sub 8 minute pace. That's another thing I want to do. I got to test out all these 5Ks. My mile right now, my mile test, I just did it last week, it was like 7:45. I can still break a sub, but not for that. We'll see. 4:55, that's got to be a fluke. Holy Toledo. All right, guys, that's really it. So we're going to get the beer mile done. 1 week in the books, 51 miles to go. Like I said, the mile challenge is kind of in the background. The 50 miler, stick around for the 50 miler. I don't know when it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be in the fall. I don't think I could build mileage fast enough. So if you have a 50-mile race in the spring that you know of, I think before it gets like hot, maybe like depending on where it is in the country. If it's here in the Northeast, it'll probably be like March. Maybe for my 41st birthday, we'll knock out a 50-miler, but we'll see. All right, guys. Sorry for the longer video in the studio. I promise I'll get outside to crappy audio and wind and sweat and tears. Be well, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.